Hi, it's Leanne Spencer of Body Shop Performance. Hope you're well. Many of you will know that I'm a big fan of Lynbreck Croft and two farmers, Lynn and Sandra, who I met last year doing a How to Farm residential course. And more recently, my partner Antonia and I went back to see them. And while we're there, had a wonderful few days, we were talking about this idea that diversity promotes resilience. Now, we were kind of talking specifically about food diversity, soil diversity and biodiversity, but we also got talking about how many of a particular species you should have on a farm. Basic messages, anything above 2. Cattle need to be in herds, but no species should be solo, should be alone. And one of the reasons for that is partly herd mentality, staying safe, alerting each other to danger, but also the importance of these social connections for species like cattle. It's incredibly important. And guess what? It's just as important for us. And there's been some really interesting new research on this that I'll share with you in a minute. Now, we've known about the importance of social connections for quite a while. Dan Buettner and his brilliant work with the Blue Zones project has surfaced a lot of this. The Blue Zones are 5 areas of the world, and it's Japan, Italy, California, Costa Rica and Greece, where people live the longest and the most healthiest. So they have the highest proportion of centenarians in those particular areas. And they've distilled down 9 reasons why this is. They call it the Power 9. If you Google Power Zones, or Blue Zones, sorry, Power 9, you'll find the answer to that. But 3 of them are really interesting. It's about finding the right tribe, loving your family first, and a sense of belonging. And it's so interesting, the ability for social connectedness to have a really positive effect on our well-being. And one of the things that the Blue Zone people do is they'll have very good familial connections. They'll have good social groups as well. In some cases, such as the Japanese, the Okinawans, they have what's called a Maui, which is a group of up to 5 lifelong friends or a support group that is there and it's permanent and they support each other. But all the countries also had a lot of social connections. You know, they would drink a glass of wine at the end of the day and bond and connect. They would operate in groups and they would share with each other. And that has such a positive effect on our well-being that I think it's worth reflecting. Do we do that for ourselves? Do you have good social connections? Is there anything you could foster or nurture or develop to improve that? And here's where that really interesting bit of research comes in. So quite recently, scientists discovered that good social connectedness or social relationships actually lengthen our telomeres. Now, telomeres, if you don't know what they are, telomeres, are essentially caps on the end of our chromosomes that protect our DNA. If you can think of them at a little bit of plastic you get on the tip of shoelaces. And when they start to degrade, that can cause DNA damage, which can accelerate aging and accelerate your risk of disease. Now, a lot of talk, a lot of research has been about what shortens telomeres: smoking, environmental pollution, that sort of thing. But not a lot of research has gone into what lengthens them. And I'm a big fan of proactive and preventative health. So there you go. Social relationships can lengthen telomeres. So all in all, we're starting to appreciate that actually social relationships could be as important as sleep, nervous system management, energy. I've just come back from a weekend with some of my oldest friends. We've known each other up to 30 years. And I think the newest relationship was about 25 years, for me personally anyway. And we had a great weekend. We tried some new stuff like cold plunge for some of us. We shared how we were thinking and feeling about things, the challenges we had in life. We had a lot of silliness, a lot of laughter, all this kind of stuff. And everyone, all 7 of us, came away feeling better when we left than we had when we arrived. Some of us quite significantly so. So hopefully that's inspired you to have a look at your social relationships and your connectedness. Is there anything that you can do to foster something, another kind of relationship, or enhance a relationship you have, get more involved in your community, travel, meet different people? All of this can have really positive effects on our health. So what can you do today?